believe if I open this tab, it should lead you to your GPT homepage. On the left of your page, you're gonna find the Explore GPT button. Go ahead and click that. It should lead you to this page of GPTs. You can see all kinds of GPTs here. Many of other people done, featured, trending, famous ones, everything's here. So go ahead and click the create button, which leads us to create a new draft. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to do that. And if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. Okay, if you're done at this step, please type done in the chat. If you already created a new draft. Okay, I think most of you are done. Let's move on. Now
Sorry, where do you open a new draft?
so to create a new draft, you go on the left column and click Explore GPT and click Create. It's on the top right of your screen. Yes, Jordan.
It doesn't really, it doesn't work. Like, it keeps loading.
It's probably because of your internet or something. For Vivian, if your chat GLM menu's teaching that, it's in the main room. So chat GLM is different from OpenAI. Okay. Click create. Now we're gonna move on to step 2, which is dialoguing the GPT builder what to do. You can tell it whatever you want. For now, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to create like something that tells jokes, go ahead and do that. You can tell the GPT builder your purposes, your name, the logo, etc., etc. What you want to achieve in this, what you want to include, what tone or dialogue do you want to have, and yeah, you can put whatever you want here. Yeah, Jordan, is this still not loading?
I checked the internet. It's still not working.
Do you want to try refreshing your page?
Okay.
Okay, you guys can work on this step, just basically telling the GPT builder what you want to make. So in my situation, I'm gonna ask it to create a GPT that can summarize articles. It can be anything you want, doesn't have to be that complex, can be as easy as a summarizer. Article summarizer, amazing. Amazing. You can ask whatever the GPT builder to do. So it will generate a profile picture for us. So great, great. Make it generate news, summarize news. You can write whatever you want, and it's gonna give you a response. Again, if you have any question, please raise your hand. So it's as simple as this. It's not that complex. You basically have a graph now.
妈妈，妈妈，
啊，
看
懂吗？
Please,
妈妈，
good. I really like that, and we're satisfied with it. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next step. So once we've prompted our GPT builder, we're gonna move on to the configure GPT, which is just making further changes and giving having some more edits. So we're gonna you can update the instructions, add any conversation starters, add any knowledge, capabilities, anything you want. So we're gonna head back to the GPT page, and you will see two buttons on top, create and configure. So the GPT builder is in the create section. We're gonna go ahead and switch to the configure section. So here you can see the name of your GPT, the description, the instructions, which is for the user to know what this GPT does and how should you use it. Conversation starters, how to start a conversation, and the knowledge, you can upload some files, and capabilities. So if you want to make any changes, feel free to do it here. For me, I'm gonna add another conversation starter. So I'm gonna add summarize, rise, and news article detail. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to work on this. Okay, I assume you guys are done this step. Now we're gonna move on to step 4, which is testing our GPT. You can use the preview section on the right to test your GPT to see if it achieves your goals or achieve the purposes you want to achieve. So we're gonna head to ChatGPT on the right. You can see the preview column here. You can ask the GPT builder to see what you wanted to do, or yeah, just play around with it. So here I'm gonna put a news article. You don't have to do the same thing as me. You can do whatever you want. Ask article summarizer to summarize this. As you can see, it's a really complicated article, and I don't want to read it. So article summarizer will do it for us. Okay. So you can see it's generating a lot of information for us, but in really organized points. That's what this GPT does. It's simple but powerful. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to test your GPTs. If you have any questions, please raise your hand, or you can put it in the chat. So the GPT did a really good job on summarizing this really complicated article, so I don't have to read it again. Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next step. So the next step, step 5, is changing what you want. You can either use the configure section, which is tell you how to do, or you can prompt the GPT builder. So we're gonna head back here. So here's the configure section. You can also talk to the GPT builder to make any additional changes, or you can just change stuff yourself. The name, description, instructions, conversation starters, you can add whatever you want. So for me, I'm gonna ask the GPT builder to make the logo cooler. Make profile picture cooler. You can ask whatever you want. We're just getting used to using the GPT builder. Also, I'll give you guys 1 minute to work on this. Okay, new logo. Good. Really nice logo. If you have any questions, please raise your hand or pop in the chat. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next step, which is publishing our custom GPT. Once you're happy with everything you've done and all you've done, you're gonna click create and publish the amazing stuff you just done. So you just go to top right of your screen and click the create button. You can choose to make it private or make it public. I'll make it access anyone with the link and I'll click share. Okay, congratulations. You just created a custom GPT.
I think I came in too late.
It's okay. 报领导
Uh,
Okay, do you have any questions? I think you missed something, right? I'll give you guys 2 minutes to work on this.
妈，
发个图给他们看看。
什么发给
If you already created a GPT, feel free to share in the chat for other people to see what you've done and all your amazing work. Yeah, see Evan Lee. Okay, Stephen, workout advisor. Nice. Evan Lee, really nice one. Really cool. Workout advisor. Give me a workout plan. Friend. Yeah, this is also really good. Look at this one. High game helper. Well, hack genius, that joke pal. Metro. Also really good. Teach me geometry. Just gonna ask random questions. Oops, wrong. Volume. Also really nice. Hey, Jonathan, writing marker. Also really good. Okay. Really good job, guys. So now the fun's over, we're gonna get to the serious stuff. Now we're gonna see what Bob did. So he created an essay marker, as I mentioned before, and we're gonna go through that step one more time. So we're gonna go through the same process. We're gonna go to the left panel and find the explore button and go ahead and click that. Then click plus create new on the top right. It's gonna lead us to a new GPT draft page. Now I'm gonna ask it to, I want a GPT that can mark my essays based on teacher's rubric. I'm gonna pop in the chat as well. You guys can use this one. So for this one, you guys are just gonna repeat the process I'm doing. Great, let's start by picking a name. How about essay marker? Would you like to keep this name or do you have another one in mind? I think the name is really good. I want it to provide improvements, tips as based on teacher rubric as well, not just score. So I'm gonna put that in the chat as well. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat or raise your hand. So it's gonna generate a profile picture for us. Good. Is everyone following so far? For Zachary, do you need to change the name to essay marker? It doesn't matter. It's basically the same thing. So essay evaluator, essay marker, basically same thing. It's fine. Yes, Jordan.
It's not working.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Okay. But how do I share screen?
There's a share screen button on the bottom of your Zoom.
Hmm. Uh, I don't know how to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna help you later. There's a 10-minute break during the middle. Okay, we're gonna continue. Now I'm gonna ask the GPT builder. I want it to ask the user to upload both rubric and response. I mean essay. Okay. I'm gonna put that in the chat as well. Is there a usage cap for ChatGPT 4? Yes, there is. I'm not sure how much is it, but we're creating a new GPT right now, so it does not have a whole lot to do with the ChatGPT. Okay, updates have been made. Ask user to upload both rubric and the essay. Try it out. Is anything fine? I want to be able to generate a bar chart. Want it to be able to generate bar chart based on criterias of teachers rubric. Criteria teachers rubric, which is knowledge, thinking, application, and communication. For real, yes, you do have to use the ChatGPT Plus because for the free accounts, you cannot create a custom GPT. I'll put in the chat. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do this. If you have any questions, please put in the chat or raise your hand. If you're done, please type done in the chat. Ella's done. Austin's done. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next step. We're gonna move on to the next step. Now we're gonna configure the GPT, which is basically making additional changes and edits to it. So we're gonna go over the configure section on top beside the create right there, click configure. For now, I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna make it capable to interpret code. That will help us to generate a bar chart, but not an image. So we can generate graphs. I'll give you guys 1 minute to do that. Once you're done this step, can you also put it down in the chat, please? Thank you very much. You guys are fast. Stephen, Austin, Matt, Linda, Liang, Reezer. Okay, now we've configured a GPT. We're gonna move on to step 4, which is one sec. Oh, for Rio, we do have English GR. It's in the main meeting. This is a breakout room for OpenAI. It's in the main room of this meeting. So maybe leave this breakout room, not the whole meeting. It's in the main room. Okay, now we're gonna test our GPT. So we're gonna go over to this preview section. I'm gonna ask it to evaluate 2 of the files. I'll put it in the chat. That's the rubric. And that's the response. Okay, I pop in the chat. Now I'm gonna add it to the preview. Once again, the rubric and the response. I'm gonna ask essay marker, evaluate, or evaluate essay based on the rubric. Generate bar chart based on rubric criteria. Okay, I'll put the text in the chat as well. So similar to the previous one, it put into 4 sections: knowledge, application, thinking, and communication. And it organized into paragraphs and bullet points. It's really easy to see. So the essay marker had done a good job, and Bob had done a really good job. Essay marker. Accidentally closed it. For Evan, can you review what you did in the first few steps? So we basically just created a new GPT. So we went to go to the Explore GPT button on the left panel. Click Create. It will lead you to a new draft page. And you will see so ask GPT to say that I want the GPT that can mark my essay. We're creating the essay marker right now. Followed by this one. For Henson, we're gonna move on to the PyCharm part after the GPT. There's a 10-minute break between them. Okay, for Evan, I already put the text you're gonna ask GPT Builder to do in there. And once you've asked GPT Builder to do all those steps, you go to the configure section on the right and make it capable to interpret code. That's all. For how to create a warm-up folder, we're not there yet. We're doing the GPT, and we'll get to the folder and Python stuff later. Gonna head back to my GPT. Which one's the one just created? I think it's this one. For Azalea, if you're unable to use it, you can just follow along. Okay, now I believe you've already tested your GPT. If you have any issues, please put it in the chat. So for Zachary, yeah, this is the essay marker GPT. For the example Bob did, yeah. Now, because I'm really happy with the essay marker, I don't need to make any additional changes. So we're just gonna go ahead and publish it, create. Go ahead and click create and click share. Now you've created a better custom GPT that can mark essays. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do that. Also, if you don't have any questions, you may take a 10-minute break. We're gonna come back at 9:32. For Zachary, yeah, so we have 2 GPTs right now. The one first we created for fun and another one which is essay marker. For Jonathan, this will probably last till 10:20-ish. It's probably gonna take around 2 hours. For Hack Genius, nice name. If you don't have any questions and your GPT is working, you can take a break.